thank you to the Oxford Union to be here. I must say it's quite humbling because all of you are, well, it's late, but you're obviously studying the issues that we've been working on, and these issues are challenging, and being in front of you in some ways I feel is an even greater challenge, so we have to not disappoint you too much. The book that Nathan and I wrote really came out of a think tank, and the think tank has really morphed into an action tank, meaning that as opposed to most think tanks who come up with questions and sometimes solutions, we try to come up with not only questions, some solutions, and see if we can implement them in the real world. And all of our questions are governance related. The idea simply being that besides culture, which is probably the greatest determinant of who we are as individuals and how we interact with each other, the second largest determinant in terms of making our lives maybe a better life or not as a group, meaning as citizens as a whole, is governance. So the entire focus of the Institute is on systems of governance, and when we started this effort, we really started by comparing different systems and really different not only political systems but also sort of value systems, and we started comparing Western systems to Eastern systems. And what we've found is that really Western systems of, let's say, classical democracies have been reasonably effective in the real world over maybe, let's say, 100 to 200 years, but we felt that they were beginning to have issues in terms of reforms, very much hostages of entrenched interests and short-term political ideologies. And we started comparing that to Eastern models of community-based, more meritocratic notions. And in comparing those two, we felt that there really were elements that were lacking on one side and the other, but also excellent elements that we could learn from, meaning that East could learn from West and West from East. So the book very much is not a book about saying, well, there's one solution which is East or one solution that's West. There are certain elements of the West which, accountability, respect of the individual, certain social minimums in, let's say, most Western societies, and there's certain elements from the East, the community above the individual, the competition to, in terms of excellence of capabilities, meaning a more meritocratic, focused governance. We felt that East and West really could learn from each other. And that's really the basis of the book that now is just coming out, and that Nathan Gardels and I, when we started the Institute, really came out of the thoughts that we developed. So that's sort of a summary of what this effort is all about.